haven't... We have not... Wait, quest. We have not upgraded our... Beach settlement level 6. I have no idea where we are. But, yeah, we are out of raiding places. So what could we upgrade? This one? I think we have upgraded this several times. But nevertheless, spend some money on it. We only...
You really think flighting can compare to sagas, to true poetry?
So,
Compare. I think it conquers it. It is quick.
yeah. I'm going to flight with you now. Smidgen missing. Okay, but we upgraded this completely, apparently. We can't do more. Another one? That's something else. What else could we upgrade? Isn't there the wait, the cattle farm? Should be done there somewhere. There was also a building we could upgrade several times. And by the way, is he in now? No, I lost my way again. Upgrade you. Ah, that's the cattle farm. Okay, fine, yes. Let's do that. One more. One more. I think the bird thing can be upgraded. What? All of a sudden I get new quests. Are you kidding me? I thought I was done. Gonna British wish to be married. The Raven Clan has much to celebrate. Let's marry them off. Goodness, that will take a lot longer than I thought. Yeah, but wait, not. Let us do one after the other. Are you in now? Which way? This way. I have to hand something
Good day
in.
to you, Eivor.
15. I think I only have 14. Okay, I have to go.
I have to go.
Then go in peace.
Just the last one missing. Oh heavens. I think there's one more, even on this side, which can be upgraded more than once. Can we find it?
Survey the area, Sunan.
Not the brewery. The fowl farm. I think that can be upgraded more than once, or definitely upgraded this more than once. We only need one more. Come on. Or is it already done? I'm supposed to upgrade. Really? That's already done. So I have to search for this.
Show me what lies ahead.
Okay, there's something upgradable. I don't know if this is part of it. It's the only one I can find. That is something else. Okay, we have to do the river raids for this. I can't find another house. Touch on the gods. No, I don't want to do this. I don't know what to upgrade. Huh. There's something. That one? Armory. Oh, that's new. Also River Raid related. I don't know if this counts, given that is new stuff. Is that a possibility? Cattle farm again. Are you kidding me? I've been running around like an idiot for ages. The cattle farm. Have we done it? Have we done it? Yes. Goodness, I've been through the whole village. Let us talk to Gunnar. There's gonna be... I guess we're talking 2 episodes here. Because I've been recording for 1.5 hours. And there's no end to it. Gunnar, you want to be married?
Between you and me, Eivor, always thought you'd be a good Jarl.
That's it? Oh no, about your wedding.
About you and Bridget. When do you wish to be wed?
The sooner I can make her my wife, the happier I will be, but we are fine to wait until everything has settled here.
Let's get you married.
Enough waiting. Cool your forge and cover your anvil. Let's get you married.
Wonderful. Shall we gather everyone?
Gather your wife and your courage. I'll bring the people together. I am honored to stand before you, Gunnar, Bridget, on this bountiful day, to celebrate the strength of your bond and see you wed. I am in witness of a love that inspires and empowers. I invite you now to speak your vows.
To you, my darling Bridget, I offer this blade, forged in flames that burn as brightly as my heart does for you. A blade as sharp as your wit, as glinting as your beauty. May it sing through the air as sweetly as your voice meets my ears.
Dio, sut dwi 'di caru ti Gunnar. Dwi'n efo am lwcus bod fi 'di dod o hyd o ti yng nghariad.
And I, you, I give you my sword and my promise that I will stand at your side forever.
Hyd fi 'di breuddwydio am ffewtio'n hun, a di so tawalwch yn hope a premonition. Ond dim mount o sgraen a foresight paratoi fi a sweeping adventure meeting ti. Tiw'r enaid fel dim arall, a dyn as strong a bwrdd ac fel as I fierce, mae'r calon yn hedfan dyr y ti.
Such poetry, oh dear. You make me cry, my love.
Let us head van Evan Gillir, Treboid and beyond.
I offer you this ring, and take yours in kind. I will wear it with pride and honor, warmed by the love of so perfect a lady.
And I gwisg of a Valhalla adoration a feed and bith.
This is the greatest day of my life. Embrace me, my love.
With our couple now bonded in matrimony, now we drink.
Now, wasn't that nice, at least? After all the hard work. So he's so surrendery. Are there more people to talk to, but they're all wandering off? We're going away.
It is a strange feeling, brother. Weddings are the beginning of something. This feels like something of an end.
The first happy union in our home. We have matured into something greater. So yes, a beginning and an end, I think.
Well, we haven't quite finished.
Bridget, I gift you a formal welcome to our clan and our family. You're a fine addition to Gunnar's life and to ours.
Diolch, Eivor. I couldn't be more happy to see Boma. Hope you now want to wash in a case Misha the years.
Yes, of course. As I say, it is wonderful to have you.
Learn the language, woman.
Gunnar, you old trout. You're a married man. Never thought I would see the day.
Nor did I. And not for lack of trying.
Okay. Can we manage?
Always. I'm surprised you did not serenade the bride and groom with a verse or two.
Oh, I wished to, I did. But all that came to me were insults and jibes. Another time, I think.
Yeah.
Valka, I want to thank you for all you have done for me. My visions have lessened of late, and I find it hard to explain how different I feel. Grounded, unified, peace.
That is good to hear, Eivor. Very good to hear.
Okay. Hytham.
And how are the marriage customs in your country, Hytham? Something like this?
Like this in all the most important ways. There are smiles, cheers, and warm embraces. All that is needed, I think.
Totally right, totally right. Oh.
You've been among us for quite some time, Reda. Are you ready to settle? Make a home here?
For a year or two, perhaps. But I am not the settling kind. I am a wanderer, always searching, never finding. Maybe one day.
I mean, he's settled here for at least a year and a half now. Randvi?
Randvi, saw you looking a little lonely. Thought I might come and join you.
How nice. Are you enjoying yourself?
I am. I never thought I would see gruff old Gunnar so enraptured by a woman.
Enraptured by anything, for that matter. He's a hard one to read, but I am pleased for him, and for this day of rest and respite. After everything, a few days of feasting will do the people some good. They need this.
They do.
Will you walk with me?
Anywhere. Lead on.
Something has been on my mind for some time. I am no seer, but I foresaw this day long ago. Not Gunnar's marriage, but our situation. Our success.
How do you mean, our success?
I mean to say that I saw our settlement flourishing, through our victories in war and in diplomacy. And from the day we set out from Norway, I knew that you would make a fitter leader than Sigurd. It was never in his character to lead. It was always within yours.
I see.
Do you?
You might have warned me.
You would not have listened.
Fair.
I do hope you see it now, in all that you have done for us.
Randvi, you and the people here have done more for me than I could ever repay. I'm honored by your faith in me, and your confidence.
As I am honored by your friendship.
And I by yours.
Eivor, I want you to know that Sigurd and I are... We are severing the bonds of our marriage.
No.
We share a love that is steadfast, and I have faith it will forever be so. But it is not the love of a wife and her husband. It was not an easy decision. But after we talked with honesty, we embraced more warmly than we have in a great while. I think we will be happy.
I hope so. And I am pleased for you.
I am pleased for myself. Sigurd's desires are bigger than any man or woman can offer. He longs for something more.
What about you? What are you looking for?
I have all I need right here. With you. With our people.
What, have I changed my mind? Didn't we tell her last time? Well, last time we had a conversation like this. That we were in love with someone else? I still have not figured out who. Let's go for it.
I want to say, Randvi, I love you. And I have for some time. I did not pursue it, not wanting to betray my brother's trust. That does not mean I did not desire it. Does that surprise you?
Gods, I worried you saw me as a woman starved for the affection of her husband. That it was loneliness driving me. But it was you, Eivor. Only you. Everything you are, everything you will become.
Randvi, without you, I would have lost my way 1,000 times.
I never told him outright, but I doubt he will be surprised. I think he may have suspected it even, some time ago.
If he suspected it, he never said anything.
He is more observant than I often give him credit for. I believe he sees us as we are, and as we hope to be. We can wait to tell him. Give it a few days, when the feasting is over and everything is settled.
Agreed. I've waited long enough for you, and you for me. What is another few days?
The blink of an eye. Shall we find our way back to the wedding? Bridget might give another speech. We must not miss that.
About that, I have not understood a single word of hers since Gloucestershire.
Really? I find she speaks beautifully. With poetry, even.
Are you kidding?
Am I? Come, we should go.
I don't quite understand this. But hey, we got together with Randvi after all. Huh. Odd. Right, so there's, I guess, only one thing that remains now. To... I think there's nothing here to do, right? To go somewhere else. Where are we supposed to go to? Quests? Finally kill the members of the Order. Yeah, the main one is still missing. The poor fellow soldier traveled to Athelney. Right. Now where is Athelney? Over here. Let's go back where we started. And we can't. Am I supposed to do something here? Why can't I fast travel? Is there something more to do here? Feasting going on, merriment, all very nice, but nothing to do. Why can't I fast travel there? Fast travel unavailable. How am I supposed to get there? Am I supposed to do something else? Can't do this. Certainly not going to do this. There's nothing else. What am I supposed to do? Honestly. Okay, now I can't... What was that? Camera was stuck. What am I supposed to do here? And now the camera is stuck again. I was apparently supposed to go to sleep? Maybe I haven't listened properly. I have no idea what is going on here. Somebody wandering around. I'm stuck. We have to talk to you. Good. Kiss off. I should have bed. Well, I have a job to do. I don't have time for this. Break up? Really? We don't have anything on the alliance. Well, let's kiss her then.
Come to me.
Fine, can I go now? May I go now? Yes? Now we can, so I was to rest before we go off. Okay, I think we've arrived in Athelney, more or less. Yes. So, let's see who summoned us. I know who should be here.
All right there?
Yes. Hello. I do not mean to intrude, but I'm looking for someone.
And who would that be then?
I do not know exactly.
Well, that'd be why you ain't found him. But you're free to pass the time just here if you like.
Thank you.
These are soul cakes, love. Do you know soul cakes?
I do. I enjoy them.
They're small things, size of a lumpy fist, so they'll bake fast. Keep your eyes sharp.
And the butter, do I baste them?
No need, love. We leave the butter for mealtime.
I look forward to it.
Right then. I'll leave you to this. If you need me, I'll be doing the washing up next door.
Quite a step down from your former work, Lord.
As their guest, I volunteered to help with the daily chores. They offer me a bed. I tend the cakes.
Do they not feel strange giving orders to their king? Or do they know?
That knowledge would benefit no one.
I read your message. You went through a great deal of trouble to obscure yourself as this poor soldier of Christ. As I remember, you even sent yourself one of these letters in Winchester. A clever touch.
The Order wanted me dead. I had to be careful.
You said you knew nothing about the Order then. Pled ignorance. But you knew everything. Their names, their schemes.
Would you join me for a walk? You look well, Eivor.
I am. The wars have ended, and my settlement thrives.
The wars have not ended. You have simply stopped fighting. But men are brewing plots in mead halls and bedrooms. You will see.
And how are you, Alfred? Getting used to the idea of being unremarkable.
I am well. Better than I expected. In this exile, I have found a somewhat nourishing peace. Each morning, I am awakened by the sun and growling cormorants. I bathe in the chilly water of the marsh. I eat from shrubs and drink from buckets. It is a good life. Simple. Blessed. I've never been so far west. I find it quite peaceful here. Calming.
I've traveled a long way to hear one name, Alfred. Who is the Order's Grand Magister?
Tell your shadowy friends that England is swept clean. Your work is done.
You?
Grand Magister was not a title I desired. It passed to me on the death of my brother. From my father before him. Defilers of God's majesty and grandeur. I was their master, and I loathed them. With Goodwin, I set a plan in motion to destroy the Order from within. But my troubles with the Danes delayed that plan.
But your trouble with this Dane is what led to their demise.
You are Norse, are you not?
You have a good ear.
I owe you my thanks, Eivor. For that, I give you this. The key to my study. That you may better understand the good you have done. With the Order all but destroyed, you have made room for a greater idea. One to take its place. A universal divine order, inspired by God for the betterment of man.
With a poor fellow soldier at its head.
You have saved England, whether or not that was your intent. Now let England save you.
England is no more, Lord. You're the last of her kings, and yet you have no kingdom.
Look around you. God's works are wondrous. They cannot be ignored, nor resisted. In time, all those who accept God will flourish, and all those who defy him will fall away. Should you remain in England, you too will one day be her subject.
Oh, bloody crumbs! The cakes are burned. Where is that man? Young man, where have you gone?
Damn. That may have earned me a night of washing linens. I do not know if we shall meet again, Eivor. God willing we will. As one lord to another, perhaps. I'm coming, my lady. I'm here.
Alfred gave me a key to unlock his study. Somewhere in Winchester.
Oh dear, look at them little balls of soot.
Good lady, forgive me. I was lost in thought.
No matter, just let him cool and we'll begin again.
Direct me, and I will obey.
Well, we couldn't very well leave out the burning of the cakes there, could we? Oh, good grief. I mean, from the silhouette, it was fairly clear, I think, that it might be him, or at least I suspected it. I was just wondering how they are going to spin this. Because for one, they can't really make him the villain. He is kind of the heroes. And yeah, okay. So that's how they spin this. Right. Shall we go to the study? Winchester. Do we have a quest for this? No. How do I know? We can't pass through. What am I supposed to do? Talk to you again? Watch you burn a few more cakes? Eat the cakes? No? What am I supposed to do here? Am I supposed to walk there? Nobody to talk to. Really? Travel to anywhere? No. Game, at least tell me what I'm supposed to be doing. I don't have a quest. Breaking the order? Show the medallion to Hytham, yeah. Eventually. Okay, which direction is Winchester? How can I walk there? That way. I don't know where the study is. Come on, Prudence. Let's try to get out of this place.
This is it. Alfred's study. What secrets has he kept hidden away?
I found it! I can't believe I actually found it. It's in the old minster. I vaguely remember that we met him there. Letter from Goodwin, King Alfred. Your spies and mercenary report on a curious development. A faction of Norse recently joined the brothers Eivor and Uber in a decisive assault on Tamworth, deposing King Burgred and installing a foolish King's Thane called Sherwolf in his stead. Yeah. Okay, that is all the backstory. Following these Norse back to their settlement, your men discovered the presence of a hidden one among the pagans who calls himself Hytham. He seems in rather good graces with the two chieftains of this clan, Sigurd Styrbjornsson and Eivor Varinsdottir. As yet, his motives remain unclear, but it may be we can put him to use of our own. Our poor fellow soldier of Christ has already sent word of the Order's activities to the luminaries of England's major cities. It may be a well-timed letter to Hytham and his companions would speed along our plans considerably. Your faithful servant, Reef Goodwin, the one we sent to the afterlife. Everett's commentaries. I awoke this morning thinking on Arcuin's final letter to Charlemagne, written in fear that the Order had corrupted all but his master. Then dead a week later. Did Charlemagne know? Had the Order corrupted him as well? Did he order the holy man's death? Or did the great emperor not see this letter at all? Long ago, I asked my father how this extraordinary document came into his possession. He had no answer for me. I feared the worst then, as I do now. What letter? Outwardly, Charlemagne was a pious defender of Christ's word. It seems impossible to believe he was under the sway of this corrupted cult, but the order is expert at hiding its motives. It has stooped to using the Christ's words and the Holy Book as a front for its blasphemous goals. Before, and the appearance of piety is all too easy to manufacture. Hoist the Bible aloft on the steps of a church and claim divine inspiration. I must be vigilant against such villains. Oh, good heavens. The Order of Ancients argues for a hierarchy that flies in the face of God's purpose. They view men and women as debased and corrupt, born of evil intent, yet they worship men they believe were their makers. Akin to a hammer loving the nail, they cannot see outside their own hermetic system. They are not wrong to believe that there must be order in the world for peace to flourish, but they are wrong about the source of this order. Man was made in the image of God. God is the source of good heavens. Yeah. God is the source of the universe. Order. Therefore, men need to appeal only to God for guidance in a strange. Oh my God, I'm not going to read all of this. I'm sorry. Yeah. It goes on and on and on.
Rantings and ravings, not unlike full-case delusions. Is there more to all this than I understand?
Calicans letter to Charlemagne. Holy David, an urgent word from your Flaccus. When last we spoke, I warned you of a rot that I feared was eating at the healthy, still young flesh of a holy church. Today I'm more convinced than ever that something drastic must be done. I have lately confirmed that there exists a group of men and women within our church who belong to a parasitic order of heathens, men and women who wish for nothing less than the perversion of our God's word. As lice upon a loyal hound, they scurry about unseen, using our resources for purposes in opposition to our Saviour's plan. In the past year, I have gleaned what I could about the beliefs of these vile usurpers who call themselves the Order of the Ancients. Here are but a few of their disturbing ideas. They believe that mankind was created not by the... Oh God, that goes on and on as well. Created not by the Lord God, but by lesser and imperfect gods variously called Esau, Archon, and Nephilim, or Nephilim in their various unholy texts. In this way, they follow the unholy heresies of the Gnostic sects that flourished in the years before the Nicene Creed. They refuse the message of the Christ and his redemption act of sacrifice. They disbelieve in sin and salvation and seek only knowledge and power, which they believe will free their spirit in the final days. They believe mankind is a lesser form of life, imperfect in the shadow of their lesser gods, and that it is mankind's sole duty to aspire to the example of these lesser gods. Good grief. Their obsession with these ancient ones has led them to make a fetish of diabolical artifacts, which they believe will give them power and righteous cause over their fellow men. These devil's tools I have not seen for myself, but I have observed their effects on a few. More blasphemous of their beliefs, and they had to hold the bells. The most blasphemous of their beliefs is perhaps this. They believe many of the lesser gods still walk the earth or may return one day in resurrected forms. Okay. Some they believe are continually reborn. These they call sages. Others seem to appear once only and never again. Whether they believe the Lord Jesus Christ to be such a one, I have yet to determine, but their literature is full of references to such beings. All this I know to be true. In light of this gathering darkness, I urge swift and violent action, my lord, for the reach of this order is vast and their power insidious. But thou, a soldier of our Christ, be thou a soldier of our Christ. Only a sustained campaign of eradication will end their advance. Heed my words with care and wisdom, noble Charlemagne, and may the Lord God guard thee, exalt thee, and make thee enter the glory of this blessed and everlasting vision. Your faithful servant, Archimate of Eivor, 10th of May, 804, Anno Domini. It gets weirder and weirder. Okay, yeah, well, that was not particularly helpful, apart from gathering some loot. Right, Can I fast travel home now? Can find home. Because we have to talk to Hytham, I guess. Now we can fast travel. Good. Oh, wait. Try again. Okay, we're back home. How's married life agreeing with you? I don't think he's going to say anything. Hytham. Now, I have the last medallion.
Here you are, Hytham. The last of the Order sigils. You'll find King Alfred's among them.
King Alfred? Did our poor fellow soldier lead you to his hiding place?
He did, for they were one and the same. Our poor fellow soldier of Christ was the Grand Magister of the Order of the Ancients.
He turned on his own order. Fascinating.
Not turned so much as trampled. His devotion to Christ and what he calls a universal order set him against them from the start. With all sincerity, he loathed the title, the duty he had inherited, and wished them destroyed.
Wonderful. With his abdication, the last stronghold of the Order has been dismantled. All that remain are scraps here and there. And you, Eivor. Now that you have seen our enemy and you understand our cause, I wonder if you would join us. Become a hidden one.
Was this your ultimate goal, Hytham? A trial by fire? It is a kind offer, but I do not believe we fight for quite the same cause. Your creed demands that you keep your triumphs hidden. I prefer my glory to be in plain view for all to see.
If I taught you our creed, if you spent time with it, it could open your mind to another view.
Another view is always welcome, but to live without celebrating one's glory and honor and achievements is not a life for me. But know this, I would give my life in a moment for those I love, and who love me in return. All here, including you, my friend.
I understand you well, Eivor. Very well indeed.
Hytham, if you when you're talking to me, please turn around and stop searching through your scrolls. I don't think we have anything else, right? No.
I have to go.
Then go in peace.
We do. And we don't actually have anything to do anymore. So I guess that is it. Right? I mean, we haven't finished everything, so there is no end credit or anything. Well. So, a day has gone by. I switched outfits, and I tried to come up with something to say about the game. And do I have something to say about the game? Well, maybe. Let's start with the good points. Or the good point, maybe? I don't know. The gameplay. It's okay. I mean, we can sit in a bush and assassinate people. That's what I like to do. But then there is that QuickTime event, which I very obviously didn't like at all. In the beginning, you could turn it off permanently, then you had to turn it on every time you started the freaking game. I don't know if this is a bug or a feature, who knows. If it is a bug, it survived several patches, which makes me kind of think this is a feature. And if it is, then Ubisoft, stop patronizing me. If you give me that choice, then honor my decision. And don't bully me into using that stupid QuickTime thing if I don't want it. Okay. Move on. Apart from sitting in a bush, I found the melee quite alright. It was, at times, even enjoyable. Especially with that totally overpowered spear, and on top of that, being totally overpowered for most of the quests. Well, that makes melee even enjoyable for me. And I love the dive of the Valkyries. That was definitely my favorite ability. Although some of the others, especially the poison, were also fun. That jump was by far the most useful. So, what else did I like about the gameplay? The fact that the horses could swim! Finally! I never understood why they couldn't. Well, now they can. I hope they keep it that way. So, but let's move on to the story. Or, let's put it that way, the lack of a story? Because that's what it feels to me. The obvious thing is that you have what they call the main story, and then you have some very episodic parts, which are clearly side quests, and then you have the mysteries. At the beginning, I think Ubisoft said that the idea behind the mysteries was that they didn't want a lot of side quests, as in Odyssey, once that sidetracked you from the main storyline, as it admittedly does in Odyssey. That's the reason why they added just these very short activities that you can just very quickly do and then move on. And also I think they said that they wanted to give their writers the freedom to try things out that you would not put into a longer side quest. And yes, they had a lot of freedom to put content in that reminded me of the humor of a group of 10-year-old boys. Well, I'm neither a boy nor am I 10 years old. So a lot of the times, I was not amused. From the numerous mysteries that do have sort of a story attached to them, maybe one or two actually stuck in my mind. And that, quite frankly, is not enough. The rest of the mysteries felt rather repetitive, and the flyogeric ones I really considered a breach of promise. It started out as riddles and then deteriorated into mere fighting halfway through. So it felt they either ran out of ideas, or maybe just time. Either way, not the best impression to give. But let's return to the story. I haven't counted really how many of the areas actually have to do with Eivor's main story. Thin as it is, it feels like maybe, if I'm feeling generous, half of them. The rest feel like side quests and maybe add a little color to Old England and lets you collect some allies to finish off the storyline about the Vikings and the Saxons, which has nothing really to do with Eivor at all. It's not her or maybe his quest. Eivor has no real stakes in it. Eivor's story is over when she gets revenge for her parents' death. The rest is Sigurd's story, not Eivor's. She just comes along for the ride as she does in all the other quests. I really don't know why she does what she does, apart from killing people and time. A lot of this, obviously, has to do with, sorry Eivor, Eivor's total lack of character. She, or he as the case may be, is a totally blank canvas onto which you can paint whatever story you want. Which I'm quite sure is intentional. But that for me is just not enough. Sorry. On the plus side, this lack of story in the historical era made the present time story way more enticing than I would ever have thought possible. In the past, I found the present day stories rather intrusive. But this time, especially taken together with the whole Layla story arc in the other games, I was really sucked into this. I did not see Layla's end coming. And she's not dead. She may yet return. So the Layla Basim twist was a real plus point, I feel. The Basim was pulling Sigurd's strings from the beginning was blatantly obvious, so he was clearly an antagonist and not an ally, but how they would pull the reveal of, I didn't see coming. Which might have a bit to do with my lack of knowledge of the backstory in the earlier games. I have a rough idea, but that's it. So, in this case, I'll just give credit to the writers. Well done. Okay, I'm not going to talk much about the DLCs. I like the Irish one, because Kira was an interesting character and not quite as flat as the rest, so that was a surprise. I also like Ireland, so I might just be biased. And, well, I will erase the Siege of Paris from my memory as an abomination. I had high hopes, which were quickly dashed, as I just hated everything about it. Character, storyline, game mechanics, the whole lot. So that thing never happened. The real high point, though, in the game was the crossover with Odyssey, which I thoroughly enjoyed. At least the Odyssey part. Sadly, the direct comparison which you get here between the two games makes it so obvious how much better the writing in Odyssey was, or maybe, hopefully, is. That last scene in the library gave me goosebumps. Right. I'm also not going to talk much about that drinking game that they kept forcing on me. I'm sure there are people who like minigames and games. I'm, however, not one of them. As long as they come along as voluntary, fine. But do not repeatedly force that kind of nonsense on your players as part of main quests. That smacks only of a lack of ideas otherwise. So, now that I've thoroughly roasted the game I've been playing for a year and a half, I think I should end it here. All in all, I can safely say I expected more, and I'm not sure I'm looking forward to the next one. Especially not with the rumors you hear as to where they want to take the games. But, well, we'll see. We'll see. The only thing I can say with certainty is that I will not be playing Ragnarok. I didn't really enjoy the Asgard bits, although they were visually very beautiful, no doubt. But they have nothing really to do with Assassin's Creed, apart from a few mechanics. So, no. So what is up next then? Well, we'll finish Ghost of Tsushima. I will definitely do that. And then we're back with Aloy in Horizon Forbidden West. Finally! When everybody else has finished the game, I'll continue. And then maybe alongside another game, because I've plenty of them. But I don't know which one yet. So maybe a shorter one for once? I don't know. So the only thing that remains now is thank you for watching, especially if you made it this far. And I hope to see you next time.